Parents, friends and family of performers, I get the feeling that you're pissed off at the industry, so let's talk about it. Now, as a performer myself, I know how hard it is personally, but seeing my parents go through some of the struggles that I've been through, I don't know who it's harder for. It's one thing feeling like you have to be perfect yourself, but as friends and family who see you as perfect, watching you go through that struggle is so hard. And they're always the ones that are there for you day in, day out, rejection after rejection, struggle after struggle, and they're the ones that pick up the pieces every single time, which is almost harder than being the one being rejected, because you can feel it, you can be upset, and they have to be strong and show up for you, and that is why being a parent of a performer is so hard. Now, my video last week, I had a lot of parents wanting to put their 2 cents in about the industry, and they were frustrated, and I don't blame them. Now, I've sat here and talked about the emotional sides of the industry and not even started speaking about the expenses. A lot of parents were complaining about the expenses of the industry whilst their child was in training. They were complaining that if they weren't intelligent enough to do a degree but were really talented, that they couldn't do both. You know, they had to pay for them to go to train and go to drama school. And unfortunately nowadays, if you're not intelligent enough to do a degree and talented enough to go to drama school, then it doesn't really happen for a lot of people, and parents paying for them to go to these schools isn't going to change that. The degree course is the course that's getting people places. Which is why education, GCSEs, A-levels, exams, everything is so important, because you actually have to be the full package, and that is really not an easy thing to be. And as a parent, you're not just thinking about the financial implications of what it costs you, which you are thinking about that, but it's the financial impact it has on your child as well when they become an adult and they start leaving these schools and realising they have to get to London every week, or, you know, go to an audition, pay for lunch at Pret in the centre of London when it's like £15 for a sandwich and a drink. Like, it's hard out there. I remember when I first graduated and I was paying £200 per train journey, £100 down to London, £100 back. Imagine having to take the day off work, missing out on a shift, and paying £200 on train fees before an audition before you've even started. Now I understand why the parents and the people are bitter. There's a lot of talk about how accessible the industry is becoming, but I'm not sure how accessible it really actually is. Because letting graduates that are newly out of uni with a lot of student debt pay hundreds of pounds to audition for 30 seconds when really you were just testing the waters? Not fair. And we're very lucky that online auditions are becoming more of an option, but you will never get a final call on an online audition. And I've been called up to many auditions that are 30 seconds in, out, never hear anything back again. And the biggest bugbear of all, when your performer goes to their audition, they don't even get a reply if it's a no. So friends, family, you're heard and you're understood here. Have a great day.